Is the depth problem at Arsenal definitely sorted? Leandro Trossard has been dusted. It is a deal that's done, sealed, and confirmed. And JAKUB KIWIOR is the one that is definitely going to be done and sealed. And that's the confirmations that we can give to you. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being part of this podcast. So make your point, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so that you do not miss out on whatever we've got to bring to you, as long as it is sports and as long as it is Arsenal related. Right here at the Arsenal chapter, we are definitely dedicated to bring to you the latest straight as it comes in. We are more than happy to bring it to you straight as it comes in. So which part of the world, which part of the country you're watching from, just make your point, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so definitely you do not miss out on whatever we've got to bring to you right about here. So guess whom we're talking about, and who's been making news, who's made news today? The one and only Leandro Trossard has been done and dusted. He's dusted by Arsenal. Arsenal have definitely dusted this transfer, and it is going on quite well for Arsenal, as it is a deal that's done, sealed, and confirmed. There is nothing more that we can tell you about that. Everything is going on as planned for this gentleman and also for the club Arsenal. Arsenal have signed this gentleman officially. As I told you before, we definitely give you the latest straight as it comes in. We make sure that we give it to you. We don't bring a rumor, we give you straight news. So he's done, and the fact that he is done and dusted, what's next for him? Is he going to play against Manchester United, a game that is going to happen on Sunday, or it's not going to happen? All this you're going to be getting all this. I'm going to be talking about all this, and we will also meet in the comment section and discuss a few things, whether he should play or whether he should not. However, it will be remembered that after him being done and dusted, after that being solved, after that being put aside, after that problem being put aside, now Arsenal is eyeing yet another wonderful football player. He is one of the best defenders in when we talk about the left-sided central defender. That is none other than KIWIOR. JAKUB KIWIOR, who is a very wonderful and is a very good football player. And for those of you who've watched him play, you've definitely realized that he could be part of the solution. That is the problem at Arsenal, and that is definitely depth. So we are posing a question: is Arsenal depth dilemma sorted, or more is definitely needed? The confirmations that we have brought to you is actually two football players. Are more football players needed, or they are definitely enough? You'll remember that Arsenal is looking at the spine of the team. The goalkeeper is definitely sorted, and they have been also looking at a defender, and now the defender is definitely sorted. And because I'll get into that transfer, later on. And after that, after having talked about that, a midfielder is being looked at. Could Yori Tillmans be in the picture? And then a striker has definitely been sorted, and that's none other than Leandro Trossard, who is a wonderful football player who's been playing in He's been playing in the English Premier League, and he's been playing for Brighton and Hove, which is a wonderful club. Brighton and Hove is definitely a very good club, and he's proved that he can definitely score as many goals as he wants, and that's something that is quite good. The fact that he has scored a number of goals this season. The season is not yet done, but he's already scored something like 7 goals in 16 appearances, and that's definitely wonderful. That makes him one of the best. So let's dig deep into whom should we start with? Let's start with the deal that has been done and dusted. Then we will be going to JAKUB KIWIOR, who is also a wonderful football player who comes in from the Italy side, and it will remember that he is a Polish football player, and he's been playing quite well. He's been playing good football over there in the national team. You definitely, for those of you who watched him in the World Cup, you realized how good he is, how good definitely he is. Most of the football players that are being looked at, they were spotted at the World Cup, how good they played. Anyway, for those of you who want to know more about the final signing of TROSSARD and what has transpired, this is definitely the time. Thank you for being part. So let's discuss all this. So TROSSARD definitely. Leandro Trossard, as I told you before, he's been playing for Brighton and Hove, and he's a good one. He's a good striker. He's a goal-scoring machine. When it comes to scoring, he doesn't. He's not shy about scoring. He can score. That's undoubtedly a factor that gives him a bonus when it comes to the pitch. And I will remember that the amount of money that has been paid for this gentleman is it's £27 million. £27 million, and Arsenal is looking at by the end of the weekend. Arsenal is looking at making sure that possibly they have given off £47 million, because JAKUB is being looked at that in a way that they are going to be paying £20 million for him. Anyway, it's not yet a done deal. It's not a done deal, but he will be having his medical. He'll be having his medical tomorrow. It depends which part of the world you are in. It could be today or tomorrow. Depends on the time zone. But for me, for me, it is still today. It's tomorrow. For me, it's tomorrow. It's just 8. It's 8:50. It's 10 minutes to 10 now. 9 minutes to 9 minutes to 9. So I can comfortably say tomorrow is the day that he is landing. But some of you who are watching me, possibly you're watching me from possibly America, possibly Africa, any other country, the time differences are a bit different. So let us know what you think about this, and do not forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you do not miss at all whatever I've got to bring to you, as long as it is potent, as long as it is Arsenal are related, right here at the Arsenal chapter with me, your host Abu Carls, as I'm more than delighted to bring to you the latest, as we have told you that TROSSARD is definitely a deal that is done and dusted. Should he play or he shouldn't? Well, remember that Manchester United is going to be playing Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium, and it's going to be a bit complicated for both sides, as it will be remembered that one of the key football players for Manchester United had a yellow card, and that was great. But I think there is nothing to jubilate about that, because the fact that Gabriel Jesus is also out, there's nothing much to jubilate about that. And the fact that Eric Ten Hag came out and said a few things about this game when he was asked about Casemiro not going to be playing. He said Arsenal managed to beat. Manchester United managed to beat Arsenal without Casemiro, so they will do it again. So that's something that Mikel Arteta should put into consideration to make sure that what happened last time should not happen this time again. Let us know what you think in the comment section about this. Do not forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you do not miss it on whatever we've got to bring to you, as long as it is sports and as long as it is Arsenal related, right here at the Arsenal chapter with me, your host Abu Carls, as I'm more than dedicated to bring to you the latest that happens at the Arsenal camp, as we are telling you that things are definitely going on quite well, as TROSSARD has been dusted, and his shirt number, you can definitely see it's 19, shirt number 19. TROSSARD definitely is a very good one, coming in from Brighton and Hove, been playing as a winger for Brighton and Hove for some time. He's definitely been playing brilliant. He's definitely been playing quite well, and you can probably see that what is going on for this gentleman is definitely something that is very good. The fact that he comes to to Arsenal, he goes to Arsenal where at a point where Arsenal are the top English Premier League club, is a bit challenging for him, because Arsenal Arsenal expect results because they are already on top of the table. They're not telling him, put us on top of the table. They're just telling him, please do whatever you can do so that we can stay on top of the table or even extend the lead away from Manchester City. As you can see, Arsenal and Manchester City are just 5 points away. Manchester City is 5 points away from Arsenal, and Manchester City sometimes can be a bit tricky. That's why the general transfer window is being used as a big target for the club Arsenal to make sure that they can get quite quality football players. But remember that there were hijacks from Chelsea. Chelsea hijacked two major football players that were meant to be at Arsenal, and one of the reasons as to why is because they saw a lot of potential in the players that were being talked about, and possibly that's why they had to take the football players. They invested in quite a lot of money, with Todd Bowley investing over 400 million ever since he took over, which is not a long period of time. He's invested in quite a lot of money in Chelsea, but things have definitely not worked on quite well for him. And Graham Potter, being a football manager that is not used to big clubs like Chelsea, is having a bit of hard time, and they're trying to copy the statistics and the tactics that Mikel Arteta is definitely employing at Arsenal, because it is a proper winning formula that he is using. And that's why he has said this time round, I'll not be talking about JAKUB, I'll just land JAKUB, because I do not want us Chelsea to be stealing my football players. It's a little bit funny, but that's the reality, because if you remember quite well, there were heavy links. There were heavy links between Atletico Madrid and Arsenal over the one and only Joao Felix. Joao Felix is definitely a very good one. And I remember the fact that Arsenal wanted to buy him, but they were told £20 million, and Atletico Madrid ended up selling this gentleman at £8 million too. I didn't sell, he's just on loan, but I think Arsenal could definitely afford that, could afford £8 million for 6 months. But we were still saying that that was an insane amount of money. £8 million, £20 million was insane. It was an insane amount of money for a very short period of time. It's 8 months, 6 months, and you're paying £20 million. It was definitely unacceptable. It was quite a lot of money, but £8 million is quite understandable. The major fact that if you bring a football player and give him £8 million, and in 6 months and he scored possibly 9 or 10 goals, definitely that means that you are making profit, because that amount of money could help you win the Premier League title. But they were willing and they were ready to invest, but Chelsea had the upper hand because they had quite a lot of money. As if that was not enough, the one and only Mikel Mudryk, who is an Arsenal supporter, who definitely wanted to play for Arsenal. Guess what happened? He wanted to play for Arsenal. Chelsea came out and tied the knot with him. For how long? For 8 years. I'm telling you, Arsenal paid Chelsea paid 100 million euros, and that's close to 88 million pound, for this gentleman, and that was quite a lot of money. That was definitely a big amount of money, insane amount of money, and I think that was definitely a lot of money, and Arsenal were not ready to go for any bidding wars with Chelsea. When it comes to bidding wars, Arsenal always backs off. It doesn't want to go into bidding wars with any club, and they always try to make sure they get players cheap. And the fact that they had got Mikel Mudryk, nobody, to be honest, it's Mikel Mudryk has been known because of Arsenal. Let's be honest, if you've been watching, or if you're on this live watching, did you know Mikel Mudryk 2 years ago? He's been a Shakhtar Donetsk, he's been in the Premier League, in the Ukraine Premier League, but he's not been known at all. He's definitely not been known. But since this general transfer window, the name Mikel Mudryk has been everywhere, branding him as a top football player. And when this landed in the ears of Todd Bowley and Graham Potter, they said, that is the main football player that we definitely need. And they definitely had him. They went for him. They had him because they've got the money. So this is what has happened. This is what Mikel Arteta has tried to avoid with JAKUB. He's definitely kept quiet about JAKUB, and JAKUB is a very good one. He's a very good defender, but he knew the management at Arsenal definitely knew that if they go in the news talking about JAKUB, it will be a different story. And even Leandro Trossard. Even Leandro Trossard is the same story. Arsenal didn't come out when we were talking about 2 weeks ago. He was not in the picture. We were talking about your retirements. We were talking about your retirements. We were talking about possibility of Rafinha coming back to the Premier League. But all this was definitely not the plan because when you look at how the reaction of Mikel Arteta, how Mikel Arteta reacted to Chelsea hijacking his football players, and that's what he's done. He's decided to make sure that he keeps quiet and brings the players, and these players make medicals, and he signs them. Because when you look at the amount of money that the amount of money that Arsenal could be paying for a player, and the amount of money that they are paying. They're paying insane money. I mean, £100 million for a football player, quite good. The initial bid for Arsenal was £50 million for Mikhail Mudryk, and as £50 million. And these people did not have an initial bid. They had to put €100 million on the table. Boom. Are you coming or you're not? That's what was funny. That was definitely funny. So when Arsenal were trying to make sure that they can negotiate terms, they can negotiate how much amount of money they could give to Mikhail Mudryk, Todd Bowley just came up and said, now I've got €100 million. Are you going to sign or you're not going to sign? What are you doing? Just pick whether you want to sign or not. And him as a player, definitely, he wanted to come to Arsenal, but you can put yourself in his shoes. Somebody saying €100 million there, and are you coming or you're not? So him personally, he would have gone for possibly a lower wage, but the club would not have accepted him to do that. And the club wanted to make a bit more of money. The club wanted to make quite a lot of money. And also his transfer came with quite a lot of things, with a football match that is going to be played and the money will go to Ukraine. Things like that between Chelsea and Shakhtar Donetsk. His contract definitely came with quite a lot of things, went with quite a lot of things, and that's why he definitely ended up at Chelsea, because Chelsea promised heaven and earth for him, and possibly they will deliver the heaven and earth. But with Arsenal, with its young and humble squad, it's definitely doing quite well, doing pretty well. Undoubtedly, they are one of the best clubs at the moment. Do not forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you do not miss out on whatever we've got to bring to you, as long as it is sports and as long as it is Arsenal related, right here at the Arsenal chapter with me, your host Abu Carls, as I'm more than happy to bring to you the latest, and that definitely happens at Arsenal, at the Arsenal club, with me, your host Abu Carls. So I've let you know what has transpired with the transfers and the hijacks. So we're looking at Trossard and him moving to Arsenal. It's a deal that is done, sealed, and confirmed. What's next? Is he going to play? And as I said before, I don't think it is a wise idea to start Trossard, because Arsenal has been playing quite well. Look at it this way. I know many clubs are starting football players at the first time. When you look at Manchester United, it started their current, who was that, Wout Figures. Manchester United started Wout Figures the very first time he came, he played. And also, Joao Felix also came, and also when he went to Chelsea first time, he played. But it has always proved, and I don't have even to explain a lot, it's self-explanatory. The football players are not yet comfortable. If it is a crucial match like Manchester United and Arsenal, with Arsenal looking to extend their lead, I don't think that he should start. He is a wonderful one. He's a good football player, but he also needs to get into the system of the club, see how they play. Of course, he's not been in training with them. He's not played with them. He doesn't know strong points of the players and weak points of the players. So he needs to understand this, and this comes with time. So he could be given a chance to play possibly in the second half, but not starting the game. That could mean Arsenal could possibly lose out on the 3 points. They could settle for possibly a draw or a loss. Because you're bringing in someone who does not understand the mode of play, and the mode of play that is at the club right about now, no one understands it, because they are beating football players, they are football clubs left, right. They are winning. Arsenal is winning. Arsenal is winning. Games left, right. Every game that Arsenal is playing is winning it, and the formula is working. So that formula shouldn't be disrupted. The club should not play for him. Instead, he should play for the club. He should adjust into the club, and the club should not adjust into him. And that's what I think. And with Arsenal playing Manchester United on Sunday, I don't think he should really start. He should play, and not even in the first half. Not even in the first half. I think he should play in the second half. Should come when it's around 70 minutes, 30 minutes. Anyway, I think with the manager, he can see how the game is going, and possibly he knows how he's been playing, and he can say, now this is the time to get in. But him starting, Leandro Trossard starting the game, I don't think it is a wise idea. Anyway, let's dig deep into JAKUB also. So Arsenal has been trying to make sure that they can land themselves a left-sided central defender. And guess who is in place right about now? The left-sided central defender is none other than JAKUB KIWIOR, who is a very good one, a very wonderful one. He's played a number of games in the World Cup, and when you've seen him play in the World Cup, you've definitely realized he is the perfect man for the job, because he is a brilliant one. He is a good one. When it comes to football, him playing, he definitely is a very wonderful one. He's definitely a very good one. In the defense section, he makes sure that he sorts the defense section. So you can see who could be in the defense section, with the likes of William Saliba in the defense section, Ben White and Gabriel. It is being said that there is quite a lot of workload that is being given to Gabriel, and that's why they're trying to reduce by bringing. Anyway, what Arsenal is trying to address is a problem that has been talked by almost every media personality has been talking about the problem of depth. Depth is something that has been lacking at the club. The club has been lacking depth for a very long period of time, because when you look at the first squad, the first team, the starting 11 of Arsenal is always perfect. But when you see who is at the bench, you do not have someone who is worrying, somebody you know that is going to come off the bench and make magic. And that is what Arsenal has been looking at, and that's what it's trying to address. And that's why football players like Leandro Trossard are being signed, football players like JAKUB. If something is definitely not happening quite well in the defense section, you want to bring a solid football player like JAKUB, still young, still very young, and they are talented and very young. Definitely, he has the power and energy to make sure that he can stop the players. He's got the expertise. So let us know again what you definitely think in the comment section, so that you do not miss out on whatever we've got to bring to you, as long as it is sports and as long as it is Arsenal related. With me, your host, Abu Carls, right here at the Arsenal chapter. So it will be remembered that JAKUB has played for quite a number of. Let's see what they're saying about JAKUB. JAKUB is a Polish professional football player who plays as a defender for Serie A club Spezia and the Poland national team. He plays with the likes. He's been playing with the likes of Robert Lewandowski, and the fact that he stopped Robert Lewandowski in training, and who in the Premier League is going to be a problem to him. You can wait. Is World Figures going to be a problem to him? I don't think so. You cannot stop Robert Lewandowski and fail to stop World Figures. Anyway, let's see Thank you for being part of this, and make your point, subscribe and ring that notification bell so you do not miss out on whatever we've got to bring to you, as long as it is promoted, as long as it is Arsenal related, right here at the Arsenal chapter with me, your host Abu Carls, as I'm more than ready, more than interested in bringing to you the latest straight as it comes in. So we can see, I can go in the comment section and see what people are saying in the comment section. If you've got any question about, some people have been asking about how long is Jakub's contract? When will he be signing? When is he coming to Arsenal? Anyway, Jakub is expected to fly to London in this weekend, which could be either tomorrow or the next day. Could come either Saturday or Sunday. But if he comes on Sunday, Sunday will be a very busy day. We anticipate that he will fly to London tomorrow before the game, and we think all will definitely go on quite well for him. And a medical has been scheduled for him to do. And for me, when I always tell you, a medical is not done, but it's been scheduled. But some people just come and tell you, medical done, deal done, still done, confirmed. But I'm telling you, a medical has been scheduled, though he's not yet even in London. He's not yet in London, but a medical has been scheduled, and it's going to be done possibly tomorrow or the next day. And once it's done, we will be here with the live letting you know everything that you need to know about this transfer. Let us know what you think in the comment section. Do not forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you do not miss it or whatever we've got to bring to you, as long as it is sporting, as long as it is Arsenal related, right here at the Arsenal chapter with me, your host Abu Carls. So let's see who is what are people saying. Anyway, how much is he being going to be paid? How much is Jakub going to be paid? Jakub is going to be paid a £20 million, and that is how much Arsenal are willing to pay for to seal this transfer. Everything, £20 million. I can see Kidega saying sure win for Arsenal against Manchester United, and it will be a 3-2. Now we are into the comment section. I always get into the comment section that definitely we can always contact, have a chat. Then welcome TROSSARD Arsenal. Wow, beautiful, lovely. Yeah, TROSSARD is definitely Nathan from Uganda. I really thank you. Thanks for a good presentation. Thank you. Thank you for saying thank you. Thank you for appreciating. Anyway, I think it's just going on quite well as we are talking. We're posing a question to you. Is the Arsenal depth dilemma sorted? Is the Arsenal depth dilemma sorted by the fact that Arsenal has already signed two football players? One is a defender and another one is a striker. A midfielder is also needed. That definitely means that it's partially sorted, but also still a few more football players definitely need to definitely be signed by the club. Let us know what you think in the comment section. Do not forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you do not miss it or whatever we've got to bring to you, as long as it is sport and as long as it is Arsenal related, right here at the Arsenal chapter with me, your host Abu Carls, as I'm more than dedicated to bring to you the latest straight as it comes in from the clubs and from the players, and we give it to you uncensored, and we do not take out anything or add anything. We just bring it to you straight as it is. Otherwise, which part of the world are you watching from? Which part of the country are you watching from? Just make your point, subscribe and ring that notification bell so you do not miss it or whatever we've got to bring to you, as we have been looking at two football players, and that is none other than JAKUB KIWIOR, who comes in from Spezia, and also leaving JAKUB KIWIOR, who is a Poland football player. We've also been looking at LEANDRO TROSSARD, who comes in from Brighton and Hove, who's been playing quite brilliantly for Brighton and Hove, and he's managed to score quite a big number of goals in the Premier League. And when you look at his statistics, they have been gradually becoming better and better. He's scoring goals every other time. He's managed to help Brighton and Hove through scoring quite a number of goals from the period of time from actually something like 2019 to now. You can see that every season he's added goals. Every season he's added goals, and the mere fact that he's already scored 7 goals this season in 16 appearances, that definitely shows you how a wonder man, how a good football player, a good striker he definitely is. So, having had all that, is Arsenal depth dilemma sorted? I think it is partially being sorted, but it's definitely not sorted just as yet. A lot more football players are definitely needed. Arsenal need to sign 2 or 3 football players. Taking people who have been asking me about Chelsea, about Chelsea in relation with the transfers at Arsenal. I think Chelsea definitely Chelsea, they could be caught up by financial rules, FFP. They could be caught up because they're spending quite a lot of money. And if that does not work, if it doesn't work out, then definitely that will mean that they have lost on quite a lot, because they're signing every little football player, they're signing every good football player, young talented football players, they are signing all of them. Anyway, that's not what we're meant to say about them. That's not the main focus. The main focus right here is TROSSARD, and then also JAKUB KIWIOR. And I can see that is good news for Arsenal, fan from Nairobi County. Thank you. That's Joseph. Then also I can see Rini Jock God says that's a really good move for the Gunners, and now I'm relieved, and sure Man United match is a sure win. Anyway, let's see. Still Joseph saying Joseph is saying reinforcement. Anyway, I thank you for being part, and if I say goodbye for now, I think I won't have done anything bad. It will be okay. If I say goodbye for now, I think it should be okay with you. And somebody's saying, awesome. Thank you for you're also a good one. Thank you for watching me, and thank you for giving me your time. I must say thank you so much. Thank you for being part of this, and make it a point to subscribe and ring that notification bell so that we can definitely meet in another live. Good signing for Arsenal. That is Simon Ogoti. Thank you. Thank you, and goodbye for now.